in the bracket right now. So as for now, I can't see the chat. So I'll have to give you some more results after this game, and hopefully the line will have diminished a bit so I can actually look up some results for you guys, because right now there's like 10 people waiting to look at the computer. Anyway, Doosan going up against Jigglypuff here, and to be honest, I haven't seen a lot of Jigglypuffs in Melee in Germany at all. So never really seen how Doosan does in this matchup. I know he played Thomas from Norway, a fairly solid Jigglypuff, and got kind of wrecked, and he's apparently pretty salty about that. So this is his chance to show that he's gotten a little more comfortable with the Jiggly matchup. And Sheik Jiggly can be pretty tricky, but once you know all the gimmicks and the setups, it's definitely in Sheik's favor. Good fair there by Doosan. Can he get the edge guard? He gets eaten by a bear there from Jigglypuff. Eats another up air, but that up air doesn't lead to anything, and Doosan's too high percent. Gets a good hard back air right there. It's not enough though, but there we go. And Lusan takes the first stock, pump in the ground. And doesn't get anything off those needles except for a little shield pressure. Good fair there, another good fair. But he can't take too many more of these up airs. He's going to die from the next one probably. And he needs a dash attack, and that's the end of it. Trying to space out those bears, and you see Jigglypuff just trying to crouch cancel, trying to set up one of those rests, but Doosan is not falling for it, not going for anything stupid. Gets a good down smash right there. It's not really a safe down smash. Some people can punish it right, but a lot of people just wave that straight into that as Doosan takes the second stock with a good fair. And we're probably going to see the Jiggly start to chase a bit more as the game progresses. Doosan with a lot of confidence right now, running in fearlessly, grabbing. He could have gotten punished very hard for running in and grabbing on Jigglypuff like that, but once you have the momentum and you can sense it, suddenly things that would have been dangerous in other situations don't feel dangerous at all. Good trade there, doesn't really get anything off it though, Doosan. Good dash attack, soft up air, good nair, combo breaker, good bears on shield right there. And he's really making Jigglypuff's life pretty difficult with his spacing right now. Nice, just waits for him to jump out of shield and finally gets shield grab. But yeah, he's very comfortable in this lead. He has all the time in the world, doesn't have to rush in, and he can just punish that troll out fairly easily. Good nair by Doosan. He takes the third stock, and it's looking like he might pull off a 3-stock in this game, which is not a very easy feat in this matchup at all. But it seems like the Jigglypuff has lost some confidence, as you see by that down tilt. The down tilt for Jigglypuff doesn't do anything, so it's usually not a good sign when you see the Jigglypuff resorting to that and then goes on to miss a rest right after. Charges the needle, full charge up smash. It's probably the most he could have done with that. Good down tilt to pick up the missed tech. Misses the back air, that could have been bad, but makes it on and gets another good grab. This Jigglypuff is not reading Doosan's grabs at all, but he's reading that back air and F smashes him straight in the face, and Doosan might have to settle for a 2-stock right here. Tries to needle out that pound, but good spacing by the Jigglypuff, and gets back on stage. But he keeps getting hit by those jabs, and getting hit by jabs and not crouch canceling them as Jigglypuff is a very dangerous business to be in, and I think this is going to be curtains. Now he makes it back on, gets a good grab. Let's see what he can do with it. Eats another fair, and that's it. So a freshman 3, a low 2-stock, and Doosan looks pretty happy about himself right now. Okay, we're going to FD. This is a fairly good matchup. I feel like Sheik has more benefits from platforms than Jiggly, but you never know. Jigglypuff really needs to establish his aerial game much more so. Like, Doosan is freely throwing out moves, and this should be a lot more dangerous for the Sheik player. He should have been always thinking that the Jigglypuff can hit him at any time, but AscWolf just hasn't made him respect him at all, and it's really showing, and you see Doosan taking over, and he goes for those grabs freely. Those grabs should probably lead to Doosan getting rested, but it hasn't happened a single time, and Doosan is just grabbing over and over again with no fear of what the Jigglypuff has in store for him. Good down air to fair, and he's trying to space out a back air here, but the Jigglypuff makes it back. We'll see if he can get back on the stage. Tries to go for an air there, but it doesn't work out. Gets grabbed again. And this is really something this Jigglypuff should be working on. You should not be getting grabbed this much by a Sheik. If you're in shield, that's one thing, but if you're just in normal mode and you're not crouching under those grabs and resting the Sheik, you're doing something very wrong in the matchup. Now, another rollout. And he actually hits it, and I think he's going to get this. No. Oh, yeah, he does. Thought he jumped a bit too late there, but he refreshed his frames, and he's all good. So, we got Doosan's first stock away. Let's see if he can clutch out a couple of rests and bring out game 3. Goes for the rest there, but he was a bit too raw, a bit too greedy, and yeah, Doosan wasn't going to fall for that. Goes for that. You see the Jigglypuff is fearing the Sheik much more so than the other way around. Air dodging for no good reason and eating an unnecessary punish as a result. Now he's on his last stock. Probably the last stock he has in winner's bracket this tournament. And gets grabbed again. This is not Jigglypuff's night. But he lands a pound there. Pound is actually one of the more risky moves Jigglypuff can use in this matchup, because Sheik can get a free aerial off of it if it doesn't hit. But he's been connecting fairly well with them. And you see Doosan trying to space those back airs on the shield. Runaway back air on shield is fairly safe. Jigglypuff can't do too much about that. And it's another fair, and that's another 3-stock for Doosan. And AscWolf has to go the long road through loser's bracket if he wants to get anything out of this tournament.